empty and become wind.
How were you able to control that spirit when no one else could?
As your father could tell you, I've spent my life studying the spirits and learning their ways. All of this knowledge is lost in the South, but I could teach you everything I know.
Revealing the unseen mysteries when everything ain't what it seems. It'll blow your mind outside you seek. You find the realms of possibilities. Connect with the infinite intellect to receive other positive energy. Reciting the sacred mantras to lift you to higher frequencies. Archives and constellations, star signs. When the planets align, new paradigms and paralyzed. From the visit of the succubus at nighttime. Hypnotized sometimes when the watchers fly to the sunrise. It'll set you free from the unbelief. It'll break your mind from the confines. Spirits leaving, changing seasons. Principalities undefeated over a certain region. Shamanic novice with knowledge, commune with higher beings with a deeper meaning. The reasons, Solomonic magic in Jesus was accused of channeling demons. I'm thrown off sort of this portal to the paranormal. Hearing these voices speaking to me when spirit touches immortal. With a knife in my back and I bleed through the scars. As I am, you see through my flaws. Staring at the stars and the rhythm wars. Never open at the doors with the Ouija board.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid, enter the void. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Into the void.
Enter the ritual, step in the temple, connect with the spiritual realm. Metaphysical to the etherical pathways beyond the physical world. You could ascend to the kingdom of heaven or sit and stay living in hell. Mystical with the dark, a lyrical charm and lifting a spell. Witness the miracle traveling beyond the body, see this is a shell. And you in the third dimensional prism that got us imprisoned in cells. Sit between 4 and 20 elders, the split into 12s. Shh. You can hear them whispering if you listen it well. Came to awaken the ancient of days, man, I stay ringing the bell. Mythical known from the place where the wicked fell back to the kingdom of hell. Blessed with the wisdom performing the exorcism, the sins get expelled. Till we are the demons and angels, balance the energies within yourself. I'm trying to find a path between the light and the dark. I'm writing to spark a link between the mind and the heart. We've gotta unite both sides before they divide us apart. Said we've gotta unite both sides before they divide us apart.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid, enter the void. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Into the void.
Now I'm good with nothing. Why y'all good for nothing? My 100,000 pedal loaders, dopamine over flooded. Stargate runnings, dragons out the dungeon. My Hakali been summoned. Total destruction into a vacuum suction. Conjunction, junction, that's my function. Through a star cluster in a maritime custom. Stellar dust encrusted, I ain't touching your disgusting judgments. We rise above it, enjoying the void. Source of pure joy, no more discussion.
So when you get to the South Pole, then what happens?
You will open an ancient spirit portal.
I'm sorry, what now?
At the South Pole, there is a portal that connects our world to the spirit world. But it has long been closed.
And that's why the evil spirits are attacking?
There are no evil spirits. There's light and dark in them all. And when they're unbalanced, the darkness takes over. If you can open the portal in time, balance will be restored.
What do you mean, in time?
There's a reason the Glacier Spirits Festival ends on the winter solstice. And that's when the spirit world and the physical world are close together. Only then can the Avatar open the portal.
The winter solstice is tomorrow.
Exactly. And we can't afford to wait another year.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid, enter the void. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Into the void.
I found true freedom. I am no longer bound to this earth by worldly desires. I have entered the void.
Hey y'all. I love that word. Welcome. Who's here with us?
2 people so far.
Hey.
I'm just seeing if the link. Somebody just asked in the group what's the link to it. I don't know
Okay.
if this person's here.
Putting a link in the chat.
Or the link to join the live, I guess. Let's see.
Welcome. So this link, that one, that's also in the chat. That is how you join us on screen to have your Soul Tarot plus TEC coaching session today. This is super exciting. It's our second week, and last week was really powerful. We had 3 people come on, and we got to go deep with them. And if you take a look in the group, you can see some tangible results from what it is that we did. It was refreshing to be on with people and to hear their authenticity and vulnerability. And now we get to do it again. Now we get to be present for what's in this moment. And we get to be here with each other. And all you got to do is click that link and you can come on with us and you'll be in the waiting room for us to do what we do, which is...
What? Well, I want to get present first because one, just got out of traffic, and also bring presence to what I was saying before about I like to do things with enough time for me to decompress and get into the space. And for me, I don't like to be rushed for doing anything. So for this right now, it's like sort of like a rush to get here. So obviously, presently with myself authentically, I'm getting settled in. And the best way for me to get settled in, and it's the same way for whoever's listening to get settled in, is just to take some natural breaths and just get present to each other in the space, present to ourselves first, and then present to the space. So just naturally, we're here, your natural breath. Like I said last week, for those of you who didn't make it here, I don't have to lead you in a breath session or whatever like that. Just get conscious to what's going on already. Your breath, your sight, your hearing, my taste as I drink this water. I just want to just collect myself into this first, and then we can get going. I know I'm not the only one who doesn't like to be rushed with stuff, because like it's just that energy of course, life just gives us curveballs in which we have to do things emergency wise in a rush. There's no time. Oh my God. It's like in those type of things, you just got to show up how you are. Same thing with this. But when there's time, especially when something's scheduled, and also variables like traffic, which I knew was going to happen at 5 something, because on Route 24, there's traffic. So good lesson to learn for next time. And also for me to honor my boundaries even more next time as well, which would be 5:30 next time.
Or later.
Yeah. So I'm good. I'm ready. Is anybody showing up?
Not saying. I think that one is me.
Let's see. Q&A. No, there's one person here.
Whoever you are, feel free to click that link and come on with us.
Yeah. There's one person. Whoever you are, what is one thing that you like to get shifted in your life right now? One situation that you like some insight on. One situation in which you would like to receive for yourself an action to take on it. that resonate with your soul. That's what we're here for. Could totally understand how it could be fearful to actually step into this space. But what's happened the last time we did this is the people who are willing to step in and to share what's going on, that situation, there's a shift that happens and they're able to make an action that gave them drastic results immediately. So
Hey.
Hey there.
And hey to Kitty and LB too. So technically we've got 4 people.
Yeah. Don't mind waiting. And also, in the process of waiting, I can always talk monologue about stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, this what we're talking about today. Or lots of stuff today.
Hi, Nate.
Hello there. We're talking about what's going on in your universe.
Okay. So I've been doing this alignment boot camp thingy this week. And today we're talking about asking for help.
Ooh.
And what's interesting is that I like the space because it's interesting and also it's culturally sensitive. The alignment boot camp is through the Black Coaches Institute. So all of the people
there's
that
a
are
Black Coaches Institute.
There's a Black Coaches Institute.
What? BCI?
In BCI. And the other people that are in the group are women. So they're women coaches. And the woman who's leading it, her name is Lachelle. She was talking about how Black women just don't like to ask for help. She's like, she gives it straight. I love it. And I really had to like pause and like think about that. And I've been like, I've been having some breakthroughs and asking for help lately. And then I had this situation happen today where, yes, sir.
Keep going. I'm just laughing about something I read.
Okay.
I'll share after. It's your time.
I had, thank you. I was like halfway here and I realized that I had left something plugged in and I had left something inside of that thing that was plugged in. And like I had already been on the road for 20 minutes. And all of these thoughts went through my mind, like, what am I going to do about it? And I've had this ongoing dialogue of, oh, well, how many times, am I going to make this mistake or whatever? And it was just a mistake. And I was like, I have a choice. I can text my husband and be like, yo, this is what happened. Can you help me out? And what I decided to do was I decided to turn all the way around, go back, take care of it, and then get back on the road. There's no right answer for that situation. And what I did gave me the experience of learning that I could have asked for help in a different way. Could have and can in the future.
Yeah. So, and great story. Did the thought of asking me pop up when you realize, oh crap, the plug went out? Did that thought come up then, or did the thought come up like later on after you made the decision to go back?
Well, also, hey Denise. Also, I was on the phone. I was talking to one of my friends. So if I wasn't on the phone talking to my friend, I would have immediately asked for help. But that I had a delay because I had to disconnect from her first in order to have that happen. And I think that gave me some room to start thinking about it more. And that's what happened after that experience.
Yeah. And the funny thing when she got back was I was there.
Yeah. Just a refresher, because I see Denise who's joining us for the first time, and there may be someone here who's joining us for the first time too. What we're doing today is TEC coaching and a soul tarot session like live right here. There's a link that's in the group. And if you need the link again, just let me know in the comments and you can come on screen live with us and get a live session on something that you care about, that you're dealing with, and we can shift it right now. So I welcome you to do that. And if you need the link again, just let me know.
The essence of asking too.
Yes.
I was just listening to an episode a while about asking on Ed Milet. Sorry, it's popped up, but the people that he was working or not working, people he was interviewing, what they were saying is just how much we are afraid to ask. Meaning, like, if you know you want something, to like ask for it, ask for what you want, ask for the steps, and she needs a link.
Yes, I can give you the link.
And to ask for what we want.
Thank you for asking.
Ask for what we need, and great job, Denise. And asking, and what happens is we're so conditioned from a kid to be afraid of asking. So asking for those things that we wanted, because as a kid we asked for what we want and we may have been told no, or told this story that we believe money doesn't grow on trees, whatever it may be. Don't do this because this is going to happen. A lot of stuff. But then what happens to us as an adult, we are still that kid that's afraid of asking, for that fear of oh, mommy or daddy or whoever, this authority told me I shouldn't ask for that. I shouldn't do this, or I shouldn't go for this. I shouldn't ask for what I want. I can't ask for what I want. I can't do it this way because I was told I can't. I got to do it this way. So it's interesting to ask for help. And this is like the perfect segue to ask for help. Nate's he's an innocent bystander. Yeah. Innocent, all right. Uh-huh.
Denise, we're waiting for you.
Yeah. And this is just a candid conversation.
Yeah.
A loving conversation in which those things that, here we go. Let's get it started in here.
Awesome. You're on here with us. If you need some help with your mic or your camera, there's button doohickeys so you can turn them on. Because we're here for you. That's the conversation. And we can be patient till you're ready.
Yeah.
Do you want to reintroduce the difference between TEC coaching?
Me?
Or no?
Me?
Fair.
This is me. And also what's different is whoever I'm talking to, we just have a conversation, man. It's pretty good because just having a conversation with someone who is present, and I experienced that in my life, somebody who's just present to you and no judgment, they're just listening. They get to hear things that you may not hear because you're saying it. So what happens is you may be saying something and then you say a story or whatever it may be. And then for me, I'm just a curious cat. I get curious. So then I just ask curious questions, just like how a kid would be. Like, oh, why? Why you do this? Why you do that? Why this? Why? But it's in a loving way. But the end goal of the conversation, what happens is you can receive insight for something that you may need some insight on, or may feel like you need some additional guidance on. And then, of course, with her tarot, the tarots don't lie. Tarot calls you out. We all had experience, or those of you who had experience with tarot, you know, even when you get a general reading, the tarot say some stuff like, oh, it seems like general readings is when you get called out on yourself. But when you actually can come with one intention that you're looking to receive some information on, it can be very, very transformative. And then, of course, from there, we determine like an action to take or a shift for you to do that aligns with you. And that's just from having a conversation, which we're about to do right now.
Yes. Welcome, Denise.
Hi, everybody.
You got some dreads too over there?
Yeah, I did the big chop last year and it's all growing back now. So it's doing the thing.
How long were you growing it before?
About 25 years.
Whoa. What led to the chop?
The pandemic, the energy shift. It was time. It was time to let go of a lot of things that happened that my hair basically absorbed for me. So it was time to let it go.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. All right, Denise, I'll ask you permission to tap in.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's exciting to be here.
Yeah.
Likewise.
I'm excited to have you.
Long
Okay. And I'm excited about this conversation because if you don't know, Denise is very bold.
Yeah, they say hi. That's my birth name, so that's what it is.
Yeah. And now let's go into some of those layers, right? Okay. So what's coming up here is it happens to be about rules, like rules about your journey forward. And a lot of times when we're, interacting in society or in an industry, maybe there are these rules that either we've created for ourselves or that we've observed have been, quote unquote, placed on the experience. And what the cards are starting to talk about here is that you make the rules. Any of the rules that are in place are there because you put them there. So this is like coming back to your creatorhood, and your ability to really dictate your experience. And yes, this is Burger King because you can have it your way. So when it comes to, there's a card here that actually talks about, being the spotlight. So it's also talking about, are you the star of your own movie? So you get to be the star of your own movie, you get to be the director, and then you have this amazing casting crew called the universe. And all of that is, cultivated from the way that we're relating to how we're being in that moment. So this is what I'm picking up on first, and I'd just love to know how this is resonating with you.
Yeah, having an understanding of the source and how spirit has put so much into me in order for me to do what I need to do. Sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I forget that I have everything, that I've been born with everything, and I need to just use those things in the journey and not go into any kind of doubt or denial of who I am. So yeah, it is true. I am the director. I am the cast. I am, all of it, and it really is revolving what I've been given.
Yeah.
I got a question now. Who are you?
I'm a servant. I am simple. Number one, I am a servant. I am a solitude person. I live in a lot of alone time, which I'm very, very comfortable with. I'm a writer. I'm a single mom. I am a daughter. I'm a good friend. I'm a doula. All those things, giving and helping and serving. And that's
Yeah, thank you. And that's for me. I felt those are the things you're doing with who you are, who you're being. You're doing that. So I want to go even deeper. Who are you?
ah I am this person who is on a journey to freedom and to no hesitation, no reservation. Free. You know, it's okay to let go. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to do nothing. It's okay to self-care and not have to make an excuse for it. It's okay to be in my own freedom. That
Mm.
I'm the director. I'm movie. I'm everything. So it's okay for me to do that. So yeah,
There we go. Welcome. Welcome, director.
Let's see what else we have here.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Got it. So, being that you are the creator, you are the director, you are the star as well of your own movie, then how do you relate to quote unquote authority?
authority is boundaries. Authority is guidance. Authority is also wisdom. Authority is experience. I'm okay with. I'm,
Got it.
yeah, so long as it's not, of course, being misdirected or abusive. But I think the laws of balance is good. Karma is good. And that as well. So I'm pretty okay.
Okay, great. So, just to take it a step further, these cards are pointing to something very specific. So, when you have something like an inner urge or calling, or you receive some kind of message through your enthusiasm or your excitement, how do you hold that in your experience? Do you react to it?
Sometimes I'm getting better at as far as receiving and receiving the bounties and the goodness. For a long time, I basically stifled it. I downplayed it, devalued it, denied it, put it off, postponed it, procrastinated it. I did all those things. And now I think I'm a little better. So now when it comes, I'm more comfortable, I'm more accepting, I'm seeking it in some ways. I'm embracing it, and I see it as part of my journey. And I actually give myself time for it before I would, be too busy. Oh, I'm too busy. I've got all these other things to do. So having that time to let it come is very important to me.
Yeah, totally. So, just a question. Suppose that you got an urge or a calling to do something, and for whatever reason, no judgment, you didn't do it. Then what?
There's a little. If I didn't do it, I'm at my life where if I didn't do it, I'm going to acknowledge it. I'm just let it roll, not give it any, and I'm actually going to say, oh, I didn't make time for that. I didn't make time for me. And it's not just a matter of me even through my brain, that now my body actually gives me signals when I ignore those things. I get a pain, stiffness, aching, inflammation. Certain things are like building up, saying, "Hey, you didn't pay attention to that," and it's that energy is still there, and it's now rolled over into something else.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all energy, right?
Yes, it is.
What I don't want to ignore is that we also had the card about love and relationships come up earlier. So I just want to acknowledge that that's there, and that there seems to be something that wants to come through the wisdom in the way that you know how to receive it, or maybe in another way, just to say, hey, are you taking care of yourself in all departments of your life?
No, I'm not. I've evolved. I've come a long way in myself. Black mom, but no, I still can say there's a couple of things in my life that I can do better with, and I know that.
And if you don't mind sharing, what are those things?
Having a partner in my life, opening that door of trust for an intimate relationship, being more laid back, not being as holding up boundaries so much, being a little bit more laid back, to focus a little bit more on being happy as opposed to being right all the time.
Ouch.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you said boundaries. Are you trying to protect yourself from something you feel like?
Oh yeah, I've been in two, failed marriages, and yeah, you do want to protect yourself from yourself. You're like, oh, I don't want to, choose the wrong person again. I don't want to be in that situation again. So yeah, the defense mechanisms are real.
Yeah, I hear you. With the fear of choosing the wrong, but then if we allow the fear of choosing the wrong to dictate how we're gonna live, when's gonna be opportunity to choose what's right?
That's right. That's
Do
right.
you, and my question for you, from the experiences that you had from your marriages and relationships before, do you feel like you have a better idea for exactly what you want in a relationship and things you don't want in a relationship?
I have a better idea of who I am. I have a better appreciation of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to answer your question, yes, I do. I did.
Okay. So what type of partner would you like?
I would like someone who's nature conscious like I am.
Ooh.
I'd like someone who's spiritual like I am. I'd like someone who, is community focused and, appreciates family, some good old R&B,
Mm.
movies, things like that. Someone who's not, like someone who's in this world but not of this world. Someone who's not caught up into all those hypes and things and labels and designer labels and trends and fads and all that stuff. That's just not who I am.
Mm. Mm. I hear you. Those designer things are pretty cool, though. Oh, there you go.
And so, I want someone who can accept me for who I am, from my natural hair, all of that. There's so much here that Black women have to deal with when they're dealing with relationships and the image of relationships and what they should be looking like and all that other stuff. So, the person I'm to be with really has to accept me for who I am, because I'm really comfortable in who I am.
Mm. So a person who's comfortable with you, and also someone who's comfortable within themselves as well.
Yeah, definitely that level of maturity and understanding. And that is hard earned for many people, myself included.
Yeah. Do you feel like the partner is, like, I guess, the most important thing that you like to bring into your life? Or is there anything else that you would like to, like, really focus on right now?
Partner is one aspect. It is not the most important thing. I still am dedicated to my evolution and my growth spirit. So that takes precedence.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome. So we were talking about rules earlier, right? And the rules could be like, oh, well, I have this routine that I do every day, no fail, that is an expression of who I am. Or maybe there are certain things that I do, all the time because I want to make sure that I'm honoring certain aspects of my being, right? There's also another space outside of that or within that we get to create with. And that is the area of our emotions. Our emotions can be a choice. Our emotions can be a tool. Our emotions can be used in a lot of different ways. It's kind of like, you have a paintbrush, and emotions is one of the places that you can dip that paintbrush and start to paint on your canvas for the day. Are there emotions based on where you are in your journey right now that maybe you don't let yourself feel?
I don't think so. No, I've the last thing, funny you should ask that, because just a couple of weeks ago, I did a big move, and I had a person who I didn't expect actually offer to help me, and I accepted. And normally that's something I don't do, as far as accepting help from people.
Mm-hmm.
Big for me. And it worked out great. And that person was really pleased and helped, asked nothing of me, and went on their merry way. And um, that was big for me, to allow someone else outside to help me and to offer help, and for me to actually accept it. So that's something I can do. You're accept.
Mm. The receiving.
Mm-hmm. Always too busy giving, helping, uh, serving others. Where when is it my turn? When do I get that reciprocation back?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. What would you like to receive right now in this moment?
Right now in this moment, I would like to receive some light and some energy. It just feels like with this pandemic, I just want to stick my finger in a socket and just get
Dang.
gosh, the whole energy of the pandemic itself is draining. So I just feel like I just need some more energy.
Ooh, I'm curious about it now. What's draining to you about the pandemic?
Well, the energy, not everyone is comfortable with isolation. There's
Hmm.
a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of misinformation, especially in the work that I do. Um, there's a lot going on in making these pivots that we're commanded to do, uh, and pivoting within the pivot within the pivot. So there's been a lot going on. There's been a huge transition spiritually in the past 8.
Hmm.
um so I've been really close with Mother Oya, in the winds of change. How do you remain still and stable while everything else is shifting around you? It's a lot of energy to do that, to stay grounded and not get caught up in this frenzy of the pandemic, of panic, which is the word panic. Pandemic, you don't want to get caught up into all of that. So to stay grounded during this time, that requires a lot of energy.
Okay. And what keeps you grounded? What things do you do to ground yourself?
Oh, well, my spiritual practice, my ancestor table, my altar,
Ooh.
those things really do keep me very grounded. And I feel that a lot of people around me kind of forgot their spiritual practice in this pandemic because they were too busy watching the news and getting the social media updates on numbers and stuff, they kind of, went away from it. And for me, going to mass, doing an Ebo by the river, things like that, those things keep me very grounded.
Mm. And you do that often?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is that something for you that you usually do in which, like, in the midst of the pandemic, when it brings those emotions and things out of you, do you do those type of stuff that you mentioned to ground yourself?
I did it throughout the pandemic.
Okay.
With Mother Oshun, throughout the pandemic, I was still doing my spiritual practice. Like I never let that go.
Cool. So you're doing your practice, you're keeping yourself grounded, it's helping you be grounded. The pandemic's the pandemic. Things are going to happen, lots of emotions. It's a powerful collective co-creation that we have in which, like, mixed emotions happen. And it's with everything, like even the George Floyd thing, a lot of stuff collectively, because we're healing together. So if you're doing what you're doing, why is what other people are doing affecting you as well?
Well, reaching out at birth work, that's a very
Okay.
connective thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
I can't escape that. Even virtual support, you're still connecting
Yeah.
voice through the energy of what's
Okay.
time. So yeah, there was no way to pull back from all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is also a time of revelation as well. And that's
Oh yeah. So from the birth work and work that you do and working with clients that way, are you feeling like the energy and exchange, like dealing with these people, is it taking you on a little bit that has you a little bit feeling with that energy, the panic mode and stuff like that? Or is it from other information? Like,
well,
Mhm.
with the Black birth worker, working with Black families, that whole advocacy role to help protect when it comes to racism and stuff, being that front line person, that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot
Oh
of work.
yeah.
So that's where that's coming from for me.
Also, I'd like to congratulate you, because what the cards are pointing to is not that there's anything wrong here,
Yeah.
but that these are milestones that you actually get to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you've pivoted from giving to receiving,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's worth acknowledgement, and that's worth celebration. The fact that you are devoted and you express it as such with your ritual and your practice, that deserves celebration,
Mm-hmm.
For all that you've done. Not to be like, oh, well, this is just what I do. No, it's not just what you do. This is part of who you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by you doing the practices, what you acknowledge, you actually are giving yourself the opportunity to receive, because you're receiving the grounding, receiving guidance, and then you give, and it's like a flow.
That's
Obviously, if you overly give, then you got to overly receive as well. It's like the tipping point. So it's just letting you know your life and your exchanges that you're doing with the clients and stuff. When you get that, that's just it's like your inner guidance telling you, okay, it's time for me to connect to myself and do what I got to do to get myself chill mode. But you're doing everything like how you mentioned. You're doing things perfectly, like great, and you're expanding more as well.
Thank you. I didn't give acknowledgement with the spiritual side that when I'm doing these things in practice, that it is opening me to see that's so true. Because I've been very, very blessed through spirit this whole pandemic, this whole time. So you're right. I've been in receiving mode and just really didn't even acknowledge it as such.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're not alone either. We all do that, in which we get so fixated on why something isn't right or things like that, that we could potentially miss the right that we've been doing and also the progress that we've been making. And that just takes those moments like you do when you go to your altar, connecting yourself, and also this practice of gratitude, being grateful. And sometimes taking a look at your journey, like who you are now compared to who you were a year ago at the same time.
Right?
Yeah. See, that's some acknowledgement right there.
True. That's a great perspective that I did not really acknowledge until you're saying it here now. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. How's that feel to take a look at that?
It's very good. I really like it.
Yeah. And by seeing that, what would you say to yourself? Because you're always listening to yourself. What would you like to tell yourself right now from who you were last year to who you are right now?
I am everything that my mom prophesied that I would pass. I have come into exactly what she said I could do and I could do. She saw it in me before I could see it in myself.
Wow.
Ooh, and you got some comments.
Oh, yes. Someone says, yes, bold practice. And also, Denise was the one that inspired me to be exceptional, not the exception. I wonder who this is.
Yeah.
I remember when I posted that on social media. Be exceptional. Don't always look for the exception.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know what that is.
I'm feeling your impact.
Yeah.
So to wrap it up,
yes,
there are some more words on congratulations. And the congratulations is on not being swept up with the winds of change, but really being anchored in your truth. Ah, it's Juju. So yeah. So not being swept up, but being anchored in your truth. And this anchor is allowing for those that you impact to continue to ascend in their understanding.
Okay.
So you're doing some really important community work, even though it may just feel like second nature to you.
Okay.
Mm.
Well,
So you're welcome. You're welcome. And just a reminder that also some of that energy that you use can be really used to hone in on what it is that you want for yourself.
Yes. Okay.
And from this, the space that who is this? From the space that you're in right now, with the revelation that you received as well, for this reminder, and of course with life, the moments happen in which we are may potentially start thinking about those thoughts again, like you mentioned before. So from this revelation, the perspective you just received, how could you in the future be able to shift that to a way that benefits you?
Well, it's what Kai just said, take the time to celebrate. These are milestones.
Mm-hmm.
Back and acknowledge, what I have accomplished, what
Mm-hmm.
I have received, as you pointed out, in my spirit has been with me the whole blessed in the past 18 months or so, which other people have had tremendous devastations.
Yeah.
So, I have to look back on those things and not lose sight of them.
Yeah. And this one's right here for you to get some sight on to remember that.
I believe this is Juju. She says, this woman has no clue how many people she inspires. And I have not officially met her yet. Got a lot of love for what she does and how she does it.
Look at that.
Juju, thank you. You're right. I don't pay attention. I throw stuff up on social media. I find things. And when I meet people, they're like, I can't tell you. I've been following you for years. You helped me with this and that. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, really? I did that? I have no idea. But thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words and your support. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I love what Dell is pointing to here. Like, what's one of those ways that you're going to celebrate? Like, let's get that tangible action so we can really step into that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually going to make time and go out with friends and do some dancing and some karaoke. Just get out there, just get out there and just have fun. Life is not always, rituals and boundaries and duties and, have fun, be able to, go on a trampoline and jump up and down. Something that's fun. A game of Uno cards, take the time to have the fun. Find the fun. There's fun in this lifetime. There really is.
Ooh, you gave a lot of stuff too for you to have some fun with. So tangible action. Oh, go ahead.
Stand-up comedy show. There's things that I really want to do. So it's like, you know what? I want to just go out. And last weekend I did that. I went dancing with some friends for an afternoon gathering, and we had a blast. I had such a good time. Wow, I haven't done that in years. It was so much fun. It really was.
When's the next time you're doing it?
I'm hoping soon. I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for these babies to come, to be honest with you, so I can go out there and do it again. Yes, that's what I'm waiting for.
All right. So we'll be watching.
Okay.
We'll be watching your feed, looking for that fun. Because you're inspiring people.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them.
Thank you both for your time and your energy. This has been wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Appreciate you. Ooh, ha. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the thumbs up, Nate.
Yeah.
All right, April. We see you.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh my God. I miss you guys.
Miss you. I remember you were like missing the lives, and I was like, April, just come. And you're here.
I know, because I got a new job, so I have different hours now.
Oh, new job. Congratulations.
Yes. Yep. I know I declared it and put it out there as an intention in one of my last journeys, and that's it. I came home and boom, I integrated it like right away. And I went on Indeed, I updated my resume, and boom, I started getting job offers.
Wow.
And I interviewed on last Monday, or however many Mondays ago. I interviewed, 3 hours later I got the job.
Wow.
And then I just said, okay, let's do it, And it's not my ideal job still, but it's a stepping stone better, So I cut my commute in half. So it's only 20 minutes instead of 40.
Nice.
And then my hours were 10 to 6:30. So I was always missing you guys. Because by the time I get home, it'd be like 7:10, 7:15. By then, I'm just walking in the door. I'm starving. And then we're having dinner, and I'd never get on, Now I'm working 7:30 to 4. And I'm only 20 minutes away, so I'm home by 4:30. I'm like, what? I'm home by 4:30. It's like crazy to me.
You got your life back.
It's like, yes. Yep. And I just happened to get a notification. Hey, Kai and Dell will be on live at 5. I'm like, what? Oh my God, I'm home. I can get on. So nice. Yeah.
Awesome.
And how are you guys? You guys got married?
Yeah, we're married.
And are you living in New York?
We're in New Jersey.
Oh, Jersey. Okay.
Yeah. So one is that you've got a comment from I believe it's Juju, says, love your background. Is that a sailboat back there? Or is that your lamp?
No, it's a lamp.
Oh, we got lamps, projectors, fairy lights, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, I have. We watch TV on, a projection screen, like a movie screen. That's our regular TV. So I have that on.
Oh, no, that's Mama.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I wanted to jump on and get some words of wisdom or reading.
That's my mom.
I'm about to go on a ceremony this weekend.
Okay, let's do it.
So, and I'm thinking I want to go deep this journey, like deep, and do some like deeper processing,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Permission to tap in, April?
Yes, happen.
By the way,
yes, yes, yes.
You're a spirit animal.
For sure.
Awesome.
Unicorn all the way.
Yes. Beautiful. Well, just to let you know that this Ace of Pentacles is coming up and grabbing my attention, just to remind you that anything is possible. So that's a theme that we've got here before we even start to flip the cards. Okay. So there's an acknowledgement here that you're becoming like bigger and bigger in who you're being. And the things that are happening for you are just a reflection of that. And this is where we get to really like look in your story, like look in your life and your experience and be like, okay, this is who I used to be or who it is that I have been, but this is who I am and this is who I'm becoming. So all of those good vibes that you're getting, like this is like the universe like giving you a big hug and saying, yes, you are. Yes, you can. Now, the awesome part is that you also get to reflect on, well, what are the other ways that you want to keep getting, keep growing? You get to communicate with the universe and ask for that, just like you asked for this job. Just like you went in and you took the action so that you could get this job. You asked, you got the nudges, you took the actions. Like, keep doing that is what this is saying. Like, don't stop here.
Yeah.
So
good just to, be vaccinated and feel safer to go out there, and just like, get out from this pandemic. It's like, man, I mean, I know it's still real, but for the last year and a half, 18 months, whatever, it's been like isolation. Even though I live with 3 other people, it's just those people, So
yeah.
it feels good actually to go back to the office and full time and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
So you were talking about doing like deep work.
Mm-hmm.
What if that deep work meant getting deeply excited? A lot of times we think of the work as these lower vibrational emotions, where in actuality, sometimes the work is getting access to those emotions that we just wish that we could feel freely, like being happy for no reason.
Yeah.
Being okay with getting really excited about something. And I like to say not poo-pooing on it at the end. It's like just get excited all the way through, from the beginning through its fruition. Giving yourself permission to keep expanding. How does that sound to you?
Good. Like, yeah, I'm game.
I'm curious now. I would like to just hear from you. What is deep work for you?
Well, I think right now what's my attention is coming to, and what's calling me when I check in with myself is I want to clear, I feel like clear whatever is blocking me to knowing like what am I passionate about? Like I feel like I don't have any passion. Any certain thing. You know what I mean? People say, "Oh, what do you want to do? What makes you happy?" It's like, I don't know. Because I think I think because most of my life, it's been surviving.
Mm.
I haven't had that extra space to just explore, like what I would be passionate for or about,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Yeah, so I would like to clear whatever that is that's blocking me, or get to that essence.
Mm.
You know,
Said
it's
the
like
perfect
it's
one.
my blind spot.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
mm-hmm. It's a blind spot until we bring our awareness
Yeah,
to what is in the moment right now. So,
but I just want to be
yeah.
over that and already have the awareness, like right now.
Yeah.
I'm impatient. I
Oh
want what
no.
I want it now. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I hear where you're coming from. And you mentioned for surviving, the survival mode, you survive most of your life. And I'm pretty sure you're not passionate about surviving, right?
no, no, but I'm just saying, I think that's why, I don't know why I don't feel passionate about any certain thing. Like I don't have a passion for something.
Mm. Can you remember the last time you were passionate about something?
Mm, I mean, for it's not really. I don't even know if you call it passion, but I think it just keeps spiritually growing for me. You know, um, and even that's not like even like it's important to me and it's a
Mhm.
priority, and I work on that. But yeah, like I don't even know if I'm passionate about that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's hard when Kai says, "Oh, get super deep excited." It's like, okay, you know,
When she said that to you, what thoughts came up?
like yes, I want to get deeply excited, whatever, but I can't fake it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
authentic and real.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know
Yeah.
that about me in person. Like I am what I am, and it's just I'm present. To
Yeah.
what stuff. But I mean, I'm excited for this weekend to be. You know, it's nice to get back with people in person like this. Uh, although my last time I did like a private birthday party type thing in June, and that was really nice. And that was at the Cape on the beach.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. This one, will be in the Boston area. So a little anxious about it, because I'll be a guardian, an assistant, a guardian in it. So that always makes me a little anxious, just because it's a lot of work, you know. Even though I'll still be able to do my own journey, So I'll take at least one night and go deep, hopefully, and and see what comes up for me for surfacing, Um, yeah, because the last few journeys that I've been on, what came through was I want to have a job where I can be, you know, financially support myself, but where I can work from anywhere. And I just want to travel. I just want to go. I want to go and experience life. Like I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Greece. I want to go to these places and just go on my own. Like there's nothing holding me here, so I could do that. So that's my ideal job. This one's just a stepping stone, you know. So I got to keep speaking that truth, and even though I want that, it's scary, because it's just like letting go of my foundation. Although I feel like, Michael and Penny, those are my partners, will be my base, but I'll go off and come back freely and in a nice flow, so that's what I've been putting out there. So
Mm.
um, clearing whatever those fears are that are blocking me from that next step coming to fruition. Fruition is the word.
Yeah. Would you
Wait, what's that word?
would you be open to getting present to fear right now?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
So yeah, it's just acknowledge, and you're speaking your truth. And in speaking your truth, you're also acknowledging what is going through you right now. And what can happen is something's going through us, and we'll try to shift to something else. Compared to, and especially in journey spaces, when something comes up, we're present to it. We have to be present to whatever shows up in it. And it's the same thing like in life as well. So like this fear, you mentioned, and you're speaking so much passion for what you would like to do, what you like to create, but then the fear, I heard this fear.
yeah,
So that's why I just wanted to just bring some awareness to that fear, but also for you to give permission to that fear in you. Like, it's okay for you to be here right now. It's okay for you to be here,
yeah,
because like these emotions are just moments, and just allow this moment of fear to just be here and allow fear to give you the information that it's here for.
yeah. And just feel it and not try to, you know, avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, by like say smoking cannabis.
Uh-huh.
You know, or food or sex or some distraction.
Yeah.
Uh, to not feel that fear or to really, you know, like I'll acknowledge it, but in it'll come in and out, little.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, I'll distract myself from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I
Yeah.
think about it'll be, you know, like letting go, you know, of people and like I'll have to put my stuff like in storage or put it in the attic or whatever and like give up my room and let's say if this comes to fruition, I have a job where I can work from anywhere. You know, it means like going out there on my own. And so that's scary to me because it's like very uh, vulnerable, putting myself in a vulnerable and going out there on my own and traveling abroad where I've never traveled abroad ever, you know? So just even saying that out loud and feeling those feelings and bringing that to like what that would be like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whenever we make or think about making a decision, the what ifs pop up all the time. This
Yeah,
man,
not even really what ifs, but
yeah.
it's some of what ifs, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
not knowing, like
Mm-hmm.
knowing what that feels like. You know, it's like when you go to somewhere brand new for the first time, you know, like your first day of school or something, you know what I mean? Or your first day at a new job, like I just did, you know, that it's that kind of feeling. But
Receiving love. So by you just acknowledging it right now and being with the fear, what is fear telling you right now?
um like if I just sit in it and let it come and process it through it, like I know I can do it. You know what I mean? I know I can walk through it. I could process it. And you know, it's just the having to be open to the possibilities. Like I was saying, be open to the possibilities and whatever that may be, you know. But it would be leaving my nest, my little nest here, you know.
Yeah.
But I think you know I need to do that for my own journey, my own personal growth, my next step of you know, my true self.
Hmm. Birdie's ready to flap her wings.
I am. I am. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that feels good to you know feel confident enough and strong enough to even just be in that space feels really good.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a space of possibility and creation. And also, this is the space of you.
Mm.
And obviously you're gonna feel this space even deeper this weekend, but just to be able to marinate in this as well outside of that type of weekend too, it helps to expand it.
Yeah, yeah. And I haven't really done that because it's, I talked to a few of my closest friends, in deep conversation, but I've been busy. It's the summer, you know what I mean? So, like, I haven't seen anyone,
Yeah,
so that's part of it,
yeah,
and it's hard. I don't really talk about this stuff or say it to my partners because, that's saying, I want to leave. And they know it's not that I want to leave them per se. I just want to
explore.
and be free. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
And
and and they get that, and I have their support and love in that. It's not something that I continually talk to them about. I mean,
yeah,
so
but you're ready to explore right now.
I am
You're ready to.
just, like, go experience other things, other cultures, other people, other world, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because eventually, if I start processing this now, by the time this pandemic settles down and borders open, it'll be a while still. So,
I'd love to ask
mm,
also if or how it is that you relate to your inner self. Do you connect with your inner child?
mm, like, not on a conscious level, not consciously, unless it's like in a workshop uh, or therapy or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Yeah, I don't normally relate to myself like that.
Got it. Well, then, if we can talk generally about just, let's say, parts of yourself or your inner being,
Mm-hmm.
is that what this says here is that there's an opportunity to acknowledge within you that there are parts of yourself, or that there's something inside of you that may be afraid, right? And the more that you feel into that, it's like the more that you get to feel who it is that you're being in the present moment.
Mm.
And there's a phrase that says the only way to get through like these emotions, like, is literally to feel them, is to go through them.
Yeah.
So when you go through the fear, it's like you get to experience the excitement on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a conditional relationship. It's just that the fear happens to be sitting where it's sitting.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we want to acknowledge your unicorn. We want to acknowledge all the feels.
Mm-hmm.
They all have value.
Yeah. And there's a part of us, like you mentioned, inner child, the fear. There's a part of us who's afraid right now. And us being able to acknowledge that part of us that may potentially haven't got acknowledged when they were afraid before, and us to actually give that part of us the opportunity to be heard and to be acknowledged that, okay, I understand what you're feeling right now. And you can be that support for that part of you that feels afraid with this decision that you would like to make, this new traveling and things like that. I'm sure there's like these different questions coming up, like you mentioned, but there's a part of you that says that because and that's for me and people I spoke with as well. This happened when fear comes up. There's parts of us who's afraid that got told, no, that's not the right way to feel, or no, hush up, you can't be afraid right now. You gotta buckle up. You gotta be tough. You gotta be strong. So,
Or like, I always think, how, like, can you be afraid of something that hasn't even happened yet?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm very like a logical thinker like that. So
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
then I'll start talking to myself like, what? How can you even be scared of something that hasn't even happened yet?
Yeah. But also it shows us how much is something that you would like to experience as well. But the fear comes up.
Mm.
And I forgot who said it, but it was a great quote about fear. And fear is something that we all feel. And he said something, if you don't feel fear, then you should probably go to a psychiatrist because you're not human. We're spiritual beings, we're expanded being, we're evolving, but also we're human. We have these emotions, which helps us to navigate through life and also to give us a moment to connect with ourselves. But the bravery is with the fear and still doing what you're afraid of.
Right. Not letting it hold me back and still,
Mm-hmm.
even though I feel afraid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and acknowledging it.
yeah.
Hello.
Am I too dark on the screen here?
You're perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
By feeling the fear in this present moment, it also allows that feeling to evolve with you because you're growing. You're doing these things, right? So imagine that maybe last year there were some things that you were afraid of, or maybe some things that had you feel fear, right? Those things may not be the same things that you feel fear about this year.
Yeah.
Why? Because you took the time to actually feel it. And by doing that, you're introducing your fear to the new person that you are.
Mm.
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 And that gets to evolve with you.
Mm. Oh, yeah. I hadn't thought about it like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with her saying that, did it remind you of some fears that you were able to overcome before?
Mm. Oh, yeah. Just even with ceremonies,
Mm-hmm.
different ones or different medicines and stuff like that, mm, yeah, fear, financial, the financial fear sometimes can keep me stuck
Mm-hmm.
and not just trusting and that I'll have everything that I need, and the universe will have my back. And it's hard for me to sit in that and trust in that, so that's what I mean by, I'm always in that survival mode. Even though I have plenty, I have all that I need, but it's hard for my body, my nervous system to relax in that. You know what I mean? I always come from the scarcity mode instead of abundance, which is the opposite of what I want to attract into my life.
Mm-hmm.
The law of attraction, and I get that, but it's hard to shift that feeling, that real true inner feeling for me. So it's like that kind of stuff.
The inner feeling. What's the inner feeling that you have?
Anxious, probably anxiousness, anxious. And I think that just comes from not trusting. And then I have to just do that self talk of having faith.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that conversation with ourselves. I mean, it's going on all the time as well. And also with the conversation, sometimes our mind says things. The mind does what it does no matter what, but we have a choice of what we engage with, what we don't engage with.
Mm.
And this also gives you an opportunity to discern what would you like, things you don't like, things you want to get in alignment with, and also actions to take in alignment with what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm reading this book right now called The Magic of Manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good. I can't think of the author at the moment, but And in there, I'm reading right in the middle of the part of where it says the heart is the truth, but the heart doesn't make decisions. Your brain makes the decisions. Your mind makes the decisions. Your heart knows the truth, but then you or mind chooses or makes a decision about something. And it's getting those two things. Well, then I also have my pussy power. So those three things, complete alignment to be in full power, you know?
I'm toasting.
Hang on 1 second.
Some of these buns. Would you like one?
Sure.
Who are you talking to?
On live with Kai and Dell.
Oh,
You guys want to say hi to Penny?
Hi, Penny.
She's making dinner.
I'll take some.
She's like a gourmet cook. Like, and I don't cook at all. So you see, I have fear around that. Like, what? How will I eat? Who will feed me? You know, I'm a little spoiled, in you know, in this nest. But it'll be good to, you know, have a job where I just have that freedom and can work anywhere. You know, it would be really nice. And yeah, it's just clearing that kind of stuff that I feel blocks me. So yeah, so I think that would be my intention going into this weekend, working on that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. And I can't wait to hear what happens from this weekend for you, the insight. And you may get that intuitive nudge for that job you're looking for or that work.
Yeah.
Work from anywhere with your passion.
Yeah. And great job naming the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
half the battle.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, April.
See you guys.
Yes. Yeah. Take care.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah. Wow. And we had some comments. Nate also said fear as a heightened sense of awareness. The more we go through it, the more we understand why, rational or irrational.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And here we go.
She ready?
Why, hello.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
I haven't seen you in so long.
I know. How are you? I miss you guys.
Great. Miss you too.
Miss you.
Hi, Kai.
Where's the little man at?
Please don't call his name. I told him to please give me a few minutes.
Don't say the P word. Don't say the P word.
He's chasing me to video his show.
Mm-hmm. As he should.
Outside.
This guy. I mean, he has two creative parents molded into one. So like now it's just like
and he's a beast. And I love it because, you know, it just reminds me, you know, with all the work that we all do, you know, you guys in your space, me in my space, that we need to have that thing that children have, that they don't quit, you know, that asking until they get it. And even if you're like, no, or I'm going to give you chancla, that's me. He don't know what that is, but I'd be like, he still comes. He still comes back for more.
Relentless, persistent, knows what he wants and creates it and does the actions to create what he wants. Children are the best teacher for us.
Yeah. And it's, you know, it's our balance too, because me and Paul were having a talk the other day, how we don't want him to lose that because we come from two different backgrounds, you know, as far as being raised. Yeah. And this is not my first pony ride. You know, this is like Paul's first and only child. It's really my sixth, because I have 4 earth babies. He's one of them, and then 2 angel babies. But it's like he's our child, and I have to remember that the discipline and how I was with my other children,
Oh yeah.
you know, I'm improving it. It's not that it doesn't work with him, it's that I'm not gonna make it work with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Learning, expanding. You're a different parent for this one than you were those other times as well. So like
Most definitely. You know, and what's crazy that you said that, the thought just came into my mind. When I see all my kids, I can see, like, I beat your ass. I had to scream at you a lot. You were on timeout, and you don't even know what any of this is. You know what I mean? It's like all four of them. I'm like,
yeah, man.
And then I heard you talking about the inner child, because I still have to put my inner child in check too every now and then.
Good point. Good point. All right, Juju. Permission to tap in?
Absolutely. Tap.
Tap.
Awesome. I see our hair does this energetic matching thing. I like it.
And that just happened because I had it in a little bun. It just fell down.
There we go.
I was minding my own business with Nostradamus. I found this book. I think I shared it with you before.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little scary, but because it was written in 1998. And it's like relevant now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Alan Watts.
I'm ready for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. All of it. Okay. Okay. So what we're starting to talk about here is your relationship to patience. What that actually is it's an energy, like it's a force, right? Because I'm sure that it's something that you can like feel like viscerally, like I want to do this, and there's this asking of patience, right? That force that's there is actually an energy that you can work with. Like it's another like superpower that you can tap into, because it's there and that energy wants to work with you as opposed to feeling like a hindrance. So it's asking like, what other questions can you ask when those moments come up? Like, for instance, instead of, here we go, asking it a different way. Instead of, what am I waiting for? It can turn into, ooh, what am I waiting for? And that gives it, that gives it a different kind of connection. So now you can co-create with that, as opposed to try to get around it, you know, like, why is this in the way? And, you know, like that kind of sense of it. Does that resonate with you? Mute.
Yeah.
You're on mute.
Some.
Okay.
I did the mic thing again.
It's all good. Either
some of it, if I may elaborate a little bit, because I didn't know that you were gonna go straight into the read. I thought you was gonna ask me something, and I have here circled like the balance, the balance of dealing with sensitive people and hard-headed people. And that's where the patience thing comes in, because thank you, card and universe, that I can hear that, you know, what am I waiting for? And sometimes I'm just waiting too long. Because I have this battle going on with the balance of, I'm straightforward, I'm confrontational, and I can be callous. but I can get the work done, or I can make the project happen, or I can get, whatever needs to be done. And then I pull back sometimes, and that's where I have this, I guess, with the patience thing is, am I being too patient, or, not, like, and
Are you?
sometimes when I think in some situations in some situations I am too patient because things don't get done.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people feel like they're wasting their time, or that they're not being seen or recognized, or that, like, let's say if it's a project that's at a standstill, or, like, sometimes, yeah. And then in some things I have no patience. And with that one particular thing is my freaking temper. you know it's like, fuck you, for real. Like, don't. My friend did it perfectly. If I may share, my
Mm-hmm.
friend just had major surgery done, and he said something that resonated with me so much, like, and this is what he said, I'm an asshole, but don't make me seem to be an asshole when I'm not being an asshole at that moment. And that's how I feel with this battle with the patient. Should I be patient, or not patient? Am I being too hard on you, and you're a sensitive one? Or should I be hard on you because you're hard-headed?
Mm.
Mm. Mm. I get curious about that too. Like that type of, like what you just mentioned, of the patience and the balance in between, and want to take out of the other people's stuff and focus on you. What does Juju want? What does Juju want to create?
Juju's creating.
Yeah.
Juju's creating. I am creating. It's more what I want is what I'm doing, and this is part of that. It's that self-development. It's
Mm-hmm.
that area within me that I'm still working in, the balance.
Mm-hmm. Oh
That's
yeah.
what I want to be able to be like. It's like a surfboard. I want to be able to get on it, and even though I'm doing this for a minute so I can get my footing, I don't want it to be too much of one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like having this inner ability to pick up on a sensitive person,
Mm-hmm.
like saying, oh, I'm a universal empath. So if you're picking up vibes, pick up the vibe. If this person is too sensitive, like, don't be hard on that person, because you might break their heart or break their spirit, and then pick up the vibe that when somebody's being lazy or hard-headed, to be a little bit like a drill sergeant on them. That's where I am. And
The
this is
balance.
me because people ask of me certain things, or I want to give something to someone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm at. I'm always curious with the cards because, when I sit down and I do my prayers and meditation, it's like the cards give me that extra, it's almost like Cliff Notes, that little extra oomph to be like, all right, well, look at this. Maybe you didn't think of it this way. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
I jumped on. Like, let me see what
Yeah.
the cards gonna say.
Yeah.
And then the couple power. And then the couple power.
Yeah. I'm still curious now about, for like the people that you deal with for like projects and stuff like that. Has there ever been like a conversation in which you guys come to agreement for what each person can bring in regards to like these co-creations going on? So like, for example, what type of energy for you, what type of energy for this person, what type of energy for this person, but also is there a co-creation that actually allows you guys to be who you are, to co-create something together?
Well, if people knew who they were,
Mm-hmm.
it would make it a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I go into space, I'm like, listen, in some areas I know I'm a dinosaur coming out of extinction. I know that there's certain things, because
Yeah.
when you do a SWOT analysis on yourself all the time, that there's certain flaws that
Mm-hmm.
you have.
Yeah.
So when you're honest about them, you're expecting others to be honest back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could feel it when they're not. And then I
Mm-hmm.
don't say something sometimes and I let it ride because I'm like, oh, Juju, you say something, you're going to be a little too hard. You're going to come out, and then it's like, well, maybe this is a time where I can practice on letting go and being patient and waiting for it to come out. And then it's like, And then I usually explode when spirit is like, listen, be real, be the you, let it out, and however it ripples out, that's what it'll be. And usually when I get to that point and I do that, I have like, yeah, thank you. And I'm like, why did I wait so long to do that? I could have saved this person time and energy and my time, because I'm getting pissed off inside. Like, this is not right. This is not, this is not genuine. This is not authentic. This is not transparent. And I pride myself in that. Like, having worked already through certain traumas and having worked through certain things that if I don't like it, I don't like it. If it's not cool, it's not cool. If it's not real, it's not real. It's almost like, I like to use this little thing, but I know it bugs people out. It's almost like when you have a baby in the house and you smell shit and you're like, oh, the baby probably pooped itself, and then you go check the baby's diaper and there's nothing in there. And you're like, well, maybe the baby just farted and it smelled like that. And then a couple of days go by while you're cleaning your house, you find a diaper full of shit. You're like, damn, I knew it. I smelled it. I just couldn't find it.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like for me, you know? And then dealing with a whole bunch of people, every time I deal with someone is a fine tuning of me. It's always a fine tuning because like we all say, it's a mirror reflection, right? So that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah. I'm hearing opportunities for you to speak your truth earlier.
Right? In the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Well, have you brought awareness to like what stops you? Is it like a fear of hurting other people's feelings, or what do you feel? Like, okay, I'm feeling like I should say this, but then what happens after that?
It's both. Hurting people's feelings, and some people can't handle the truth.
Oh yeah.
Just like I mentioned with my friend's post. I forgot to tell you that the beginning of my friend's post was, how come somebody comes to me for advice, and when I give them the advice, they act like I'm the one that's trying to judge them or hurt them by the advice that I gave them, and now I'm an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, just because I gave you my honest advice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I hear you. I have people sort of like that in my life too, who come to me for advice, but they want me to say like the right thing to them or whatever. And then like what I do, I put the onus back on them. So they, oh, so what do you think about it? What should I do? I'm like, what do you think you should do with this? You already pretty much explained what you want to do anyway. You just need validation that you should do that. I'm like,
it's a little bit difficult, for me in certain spaces because, when they're coming to you for you to coach them, that's where I am, because it's like the only way that I've been, that I've seen move certain people has been to be the drill sergeant, especially coming from a family that's, most of them are in the military or police office, officers. And although I would love to be positive and say, notice how I said that, right? I would love to be positive and say that, a lot of people want certain things. You deal with a lot of hard-headed, lazy people, even for their dream. And then, and I'm saying you, but I'm really meaning me. Like, I deal with a lot of people that want to do something or that want to be somewhere and make something happen, but they don't want to do the work. Or if they do the work, they'll do some of it and it's like, okay. Or it's like, I don't know what I want to do. Because even Kai caught me on that one time when I was like, oh, I don't know. She's like, nah, you know. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I know. And sometimes I say, I don't know because I don't want to stay. Not that I don't know.
Oh, look at these opportunities that these situations are giving you. All I'm hearing is truth, 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 truth.
And the truth hurts.
Oh yeah. Who wants to like really be called out on their shit? But also it's like if they come to you for an attention.
I do. We had a conversation about this previously on our Daily Magic when I wasn't on, that I was just commenting. And I told you, and I mentioned in there that Paul does. I want to be called out on my shit. I do, because that's the only way that I will get better. And I'm looking to elevate at a place where I'm the best person I can be.
Ooh.
So call me out on it. You know, I have a lot of respect for people that give me back what I give them.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I'm doing this because I want it back. I tell you the truth, rudely honest, because I want it back. I don't need a yes person in my life. How does this dress look? Yes, girl, it looks good. From the front or from the back? And then the dress don't really look good because I got my chichos out. You know, I got whatever. The color don't work. Say it to me. Yes, I'm sensitive, but I'm not that sensitive. I want the truth. I want your honest opinion. And then I can work at it from there, because then I could reject it or not. Because nothing really matters, only what I care that matters.
Yeah. Yeah. And make the necessary shifts. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So when you just gave the examples of like people not handling the truth, is it your coaching clients currently that you're working with?
Yep. Because when I deal with my kids, for instance, I have a situation that's going on with my daughter, that it is what it is. You know what it really, honestly, Del, you know, to be honest, notice how we're doing like that's the truth. Those that know me well have no problems with how I'm coming out. Those that know me well, or that take the time to. It's the new ones in my circle, the new friends, or the new addition to the family, that it takes a minute. Because you know, if you're new and you're around my daughter will tell you, listen, don't take it personal. That's how my mom is. But then you can be open. Like, tell me. There's not so many things that'll shock me. I mean, it'll shock me, but I'll be like, oh, okay. And then we can deal with it from there. And I only say that is because when somebody has experience, we know that trauma is every day, all day. Different traumas, different things on different levels. But when someone has dealt with certain traumas from childhood, they have this certain resiliency on them, that it doesn't really matter what's going on. They're not going to quit. You know, this is not going to stop me. It made me cry 5 minutes before I spoke to you, but I'm able to laugh now and keep moving forward, because it's not the ends, because it's not my ends. I'm still here, alive and breathing. It's just a bad moment. It's just a bad life situation. It's a hurtful one. That's, you know what I mean? That's what it all is for me. And then when I do the coaching, like, I don't know how it happened today. And I say, I don't know how it happened, but everything is, thank you, you know, all thanks and praise to the Almighty. But I have 8 potential clients just today. And I'm like, where did all of y'all come from? And it's different things. And I feel that it shifted from what occurred earlier today, because I am determined to release everything with this full moon that's coming, this powerful full moon that's coming. I am determined to release it all. Like, listen, I'm not playing no more. If this is what it is, this is what it is, because we can work through anything. We can work through anything. I'm still with my balance. Maybe what I'm receiving here is I'm here probably to work with the hard head people and not the sensitive.
I feel like even those sensitive ones, it still make an impact on them. Even if it triggers them, gets them upset in the moment, they're going to think about that later on down the road, potentially, and like, wow, I remember that conversation. And the stubborn ones, shoot, well, not anymore, but my stubborn days, it would take me a lot of time to get the same information to actually get it as well. So that's like the patience, the balance and the patience. And it's sort of like, yeah, think about, like, perfect example is little Paulie when he was learning how to walk. The patience with him learning how to walk and the patience of acknowledge him.
You're gonna make me cry. Make me cry because Paulie learned how to walk when I first took a flight out of here to Salt Lake City, Utah. He walked with his father. He's the
Oh.
only child that I haven't been present for his walk.
Aww.
And that right there, thank you for bringing that up because it's like, oh, I missed your walk. But then it allowed me to let go and have someone else enjoy it. Paul's first and only. Paul enjoyed that first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to bring that back to the present, like these people, like, especially people you're coaching and things like that, a lot of us are like those babies. And all babies walk in their own time. There's no like, okay, on this date when the child is born, this is when the baby's going to walk. We're all crawling. We're all learning how to walk. The thing about it is the person still trying to crawl, still trying to learn how to walk, or is the person crawled and said, "Oh, screw this! I'm just going to sit here. I'll walk whenever I walk," because then that's a different type of conversation. That's when, okay. Yeah.
And Nate also says in the comments, the sensitive ones are hard-headed in their own way too. And the stubborn ones are just sensitive to the unknown or the new.
Ooh.
Wow, thank you, Nate. You just brought clarity to me.
Wow. I said you are welcome.
I love this though, because the cool thing about life experiences, especially the ones that bring up a lot of emotions in us, it allows the opportunity to heal ourselves, but also it allows an opportunity to create exactly what we want. And the universe is pretty much helping us say, hey, let me show you this catalog of clients and people you want to work with, so that for you actually have an opportunity to tailor your coaching that allows Juju to bring her Juju. Not hold back my juju for the fear of how this person is going to take my juju. As a person like, yo, you step into my domain, this is who I'm bringing, this is who I am.
And I do, Del. I tell them, when you get the wake-up coach, you're getting a drill sergeant. And it's like, I don't want to say this person's name, but this person came in like, oh yeah, I got it. And then when I put it on, it was like,
oh yeah,
like a shutdown. And then I'm just like, well, maybe I'm not for you. And you just made me realize, UNA just made me realize that she did come back, but it was after the fact. It was months after the fact.
Oh yeah, marinade. She had marinated some juju. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that statement. The sensitive ones are hard-headed in their own way too, and the stubborn ones are just sensitive to the unknown. That is awesome. That is awesome right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I do have to mention, though, even with us having the conversation, it all has been positive and good in the end. Just not in my timing. Like I'm like, let me help you, and let's do this now, right? And not being patient, like let's do this now. But the now doesn't occur until later. For some people, it does occur now, and then they grow and prosper. And I'm just like, right now, for two people that I know, I'm sitting back watching in amazement, like, yo, this is where you're supposed to be at. This is where I see you smile and glow. This is it. What are you doing over here though? Like, what is that? This is what, like, I'm like, oh snap, this is you in your glory. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, my friends. I could stay talking to you forever. What's your time?
Well, let me sum it up here, the rest of the cards. And that is that in the experiences that you're having, when you're doing this dance, right, that your feelings matter too. So if you feel that you're holding back, like that's saying something to you. That's something worth listening to as well. Not just what's going to happen with how the other person feels. So there's that. There's Nate's comment here, which he says that he likes to use "Welcome to class, children."
That's funny.
Welcome to class, physical children and inner children. That's what I'm going to say. Thank you, Nate.
And these last two cards are really saying, like, this is your domain, so be all out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, just as you're having these frustrations with these people that you're like, why aren't you just unleashing yourself? The universe is also saying the same thing to you.
She's pretty much she's saying it to herself. You're saying it to yourself in the form of this other person.
Right.
Yeah. That's deep.
Yo, it is. And so true. Like, spot on for real. Because inside it was like, yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Why is your mouth closed when you should be opening it up right now? Well, I'm trying to be nice. Why are you trying to be nice? Don't be nice. Say what you gotta say. Say, do it. Save everyone and yourself headache and time and all this. That. Just say it. Maybe they don't see it. Maybe you don't see it. So it's a balance.
Yeah.
It's a balance.
Yeah. But I like you got the insight and the awareness to what's going on. So now my question for you is, when's your next coaching conversation you're going to have with somebody, and what are you going to do with it?
The official one? Because, there's always unofficial ones because people don't schedule it, but they want to call you whenever, right? The first official one is the last Saturday of this month. So it's
this Saturday.
2 Saturdays. Not this one, the next one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what juju are you going to bring in this conversation?
Full-fledged, because I had a conversation with her today. It's almost like the grooming. Like, listen, this is how I am. This is how I deliver things. If you ever feel uncomfortable, it's too much, blah, 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 just feel free to, express yourself. It's because she doesn't really know me. Like, I wouldn't have to have this like side talk if you know me, because you know that I'm coming from a place of love. You know that I'm coming from a place that I want to see you thrive. It's almost like to say, it's like I told my other friend, I'm in business with you to make money, but if you're making money on your end and we're not, that's all cool. I'm happy to see you thriving, but be thriving and be real. Like, I know where I'm at and I know my time is coming. Right now, I'm in a blessed space that these things don't feed me. My man does. So not to say that I don't want to make money, but mine is coming. It's just coming when it's coming for me. I don't have to push and I don't have to pull for me. It's just the interaction with other people, that it's like, I guess it's almost like they say with a woman's cycle that we all are syncing to each other's cycle. It's almost the same thing like that too. As far as this growth, this positivity, we're sinking in. And it's like, you're not at that level, but I'm off in this level too. Because if anybody comes to me with tech, I'm like, what? Oh, there's a thing on my phone that is a mic that I don't really have to keep a physical journal, that I could just speak it in it. Like, that's me. And I know it. So with different people in different spaces and levels, I see that, and it's almost like what you guys say is a reflection back to me. Me. So my next coaching is in 2 Saturdays, and I spoke to her today. Like, listen, this is what it is. And she's getting to, as we speak, she's getting to know me. And what she told me to was like, no, go ahead. I'm good. I want to be coached by you. And what you do to me, it pushes me. And that's what I want to do. I want to push people. I really, really do. If you need to push, I want to push you, but I need to ask you, how hard can I push you?
See,
I don't want to push you so much that you trip and fall and be like, look, I scraped my knee. Now I can't walk to the end of the line. Well, hop.
It's interesting. The energy you bring, your coaching style, and you say pushing people, but people come to get coached because they're looking for results. So then it's like, all right, you want the results, then this is the energy that I'm bringing. And I love what you mentioned before. You said how the stuff that you're doing out of love. Do you mention that to the people that you coaching before you start coaching? Oh yeah.
That was the new addition.
Ooh.
And I learned that by being part of a triad where there's two different people, you know, one that I have known for a long time and one that I've gotten to know. And they're like both the same sign, but like different. You know, I've noticed, you know, that it's a different kind of push. And as long as these two individuals know that I'm coming from a place of love, I'm not coming to harm you. I'm not coming, you know, to put you down like that. You know, I'm coming because we said we wouldn't do this. You want this, and I see something else, and you should be, you know, like that. I come from that space because that's what I want. See that mirror reflection? That's what I want. If you see me talking, hello, people in the back. If you see me talking this junk, and I say that lovingly, and you see me veering off, it's almost like driving. And you see me going like this, like tap me on my shoulder and ask me if I'm falling asleep. Like, are you sleepy? Like, pull over for a minute. Because I'm giving it out to you, but I want it back in some sort of way. And I'm saying I want it back because the universe is going to give it back to me. But it's like, you know, real begets real. If you thriving and you hanging around those that thriving and you sink into that, you're going to be thriving too. You know, how about I'm doing all the pushing? When am I going to get pushed? Lovingly.
You want to get pushed lovingly?
Really, really hard and fast up the hill so that when I come back down, I run you another side. I run you over and I keep going.
Let's have a conversation.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's what it is. And then it makes me question sometimes, you know, and I say question because there's a SWOT analysis always being done. Once you do it so long, it becomes part of you. Then it's like, okay, well, are you around like-minded people? Like you're kind of like-minded people. Because if you're in a space and you're the smartest person in that space, you're in the wrong space. For your growth. You could be grown, like I'm a beautiful flower, but are you budding? Are you blossoming? Change the location. Change that spot where you're getting the sun. This is what I'm getting from all of this now. You know, like this is all coming to me now from this conversation here. So, you know, once again, I got to think like, okay, that'll work. But thank you, my friends.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to connect with Juju.
We'll be connecting, as Kai kindly reminded me, day 5 countdown.
That's right.
Oh, you next week, huh?
No, check this out too. I'm gonna put her on blast. So she tells me, "Oh, we look forward to connecting." I'm like, "What? I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing in my calendar." And before she jumped, and this is the letting people know. Before she jumped, I said, "Kai, I just want to let you know I'm just playing. I'm just playing." Like I knew there was something on the schedule because I'm sure, you know, like I'm getting to know her too. I'm sure she would have been like, "Listen, over here it says we're scheduled, and Juju, it's not 12 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock. Like remember that, you know." Like,
yeah.
Because I'm saying I learned,
and we get to share that.
Yeah, it's such a. I like the segue because then next week you get to bring it.
That's right.
You're bringing it because we're gonna ask questions to bring it. So.
Absolutely. And I love that I don't only have to farfanugan and shiitake.
That's
know,
right.
It's like, oh, I can use the actual words. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's also about being mindful, right? You know, it's a balance. It's a balance because you know, if I go into a space, you know, let's talk about tarot for a minute with the cards. If I go into a space and somebody courteously reminded me of this too in a conversation that she's probably not aware of, but it's like, you know, when you go into a space and it's a Christian home, like, are you going to drop your cards? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like you probably, because you're being mindful of their energy, their space. So in that place, I would be like, oh, I'm being patient in learning you, patient in understanding your desires and what you want and what you're growing here. And I'm in your space. You know what I mean? It's a balance. This is this thing is huge with the, do you know yourself? Do you know others? Do you know what energy is yours? What energy is others? You know, this is all a reflection, back and forth, back and forth. You know, are you bouncing it back? Are you receiving it back? It's a lot. And I'm still with the dance.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm still thinking about Nate though. That right there is like, shh. You know, the sensitive is hard head and the hard head is sensitive. Like, yeah. It's almost like, oh, let me stop. I'm gonna open up a can of worms. You see? Let me stop. It's almost like the gender, right? It's almost like the equalizer. You're either biologically born male or female, right? But really inside, it's all mixture of in between.
Oh yeah.
How much testosterone do you have? How much estrogen do you have? How much, you know, and we can't see that with the eyes because it's all inside. It's the same thing with the sensitivity and the hard head. How sensitive are you? How hard head are you?
Yeah.
Is this your child or is this your inner child? What is it? Dag, I just know, and I said I open up the can of worms because I'm speaking freely, and I know that you guys are like, let's write these questions down. Because in 5 days, we're gonna see how real Juju will be.
Listen, I want to bring the conscious drill sergeant there. You gonna speak some shit.
Always. I always unleash with you guys. I always do.
Yeah.
You know, and then the tippy toneness comes in with the be mindful, you know, and I don't want to put like, you know, like what are you afraid of in it? Because it doesn't really feel like fear. It feels like balancing, like, am I being mindful? You know, because for some people you might come out too hard. You know, it's almost like if I scream at Paulie, right? There's 2 versions that I can give him. I could give him like, what are you doing? Go pick up the toys, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he could be like, okay, he's screaming at me. Or I could be like, what the fuck are you doing? Go over there. You know, like the different. Or I could be like, honey, how many times did I tell you to pick up the toys? You know, holding that back a little bit because now I'm practicing patience because he can't receive all of this. It's almost like, oh, it's almost like the plants. Some plants can't receive the full sun. Oh. So I have to know. Are you full sun? Are you partial sun? Are you shade? Like, what do you need to grow? And right now I'm looking at one of my plants because one of my plants says full sun, but she's not happy in full sun. She's a partial. Give me a little bit. But on the tag, on the label, hey, look at that. We touching stuff on the label. It says full sun. So the label is wrong because what she desires as her individual plant is partial. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you.
Leave the space for someone else. Keep being that power couple that you are. I love watching you guys, especially in this new space. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Thank you, Nate. Again, I see you. Thank you. I will use that word. Thank you.
That was great. That was great. Nate, I feel like you are here to help us with our closing words.
I mean, love is a pretty good one. You know, do everything you do with love. I mean, what can really go wrong, right? No control, just love. Selfless, unconditional love for the betterment of the whole. Love. It's a good word.
Yeah.
Welcome to class, children.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're all in class, you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody.
it's pretty cool though, the class, because we're student and teachers simultaneously.
It's great. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like, how would he say it? I can't say anything. It's right there. Like, drink our water.
Juju says thank you. I think that's Juju.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. And you're welcome. My pleasure. It's, you know, glad to be of assistance. Glad I could, you know, help others while helping myself. It's all just perfect.
Yeah. This is so helpful in so many ways.
Yeah.
Just your presence makes a difference too.
Yeah.
I feel the same about everybody, you know, doing this, you know, innocent bystander, right?
Quote unquote.
I don't know anything.
Hmm. What was that phrase? I need nothing.
Yeah. I need nothing.
Because I am nothing.
Ooh.
Mm.
And then with nothing, you're everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I want everything because I am nothing and I need nothing. That's experience, right? You want to experience everything. You want everything. You want to, but like really, you don't need any of it. You just, I mean, you can do without everything. Just what air, water, something to eat.
Yeah.
But the rest is all real cool because you get to gain some wisdom by doing and make it relative to everything else, which is really pointless because it's nothing.
Yeah. You know what they said? Because like, can you imagine what will happen in a world? Because we all have like our desires and stuff that we have. If our desires happen instantly when we thought of them, just how like probably how upset we'll be that all these things popped up. Oh man, what if a T-Rex popped up and then next you know you see a T-Rex and go, oh
Juju says, I am in want for nothing, for abundance and love is always with me.
See,
it's a great mantra.
See,
connect to that.
Right. Become a part of it.
Yeah. Connect, embody, be abundance and love wherever you go. Speaking through that. Oh my God. Speaking, creating, thinking, living, loving.
It's a good life.
Yeah.
This is great.
So my transmission's almost done.
Oh. So how did that creation happen?
Just gotta happen. I got a phone call. It was like, hey, we'll be up tomorrow to help you do that. And okay. Just missing a bolt. That's all. You know how that goes. Extra parts and stuff.
Wow. He said it.
Right?
He said it last week. So I'm focused on it's gonna happen. And then
Yep. Almost done is done, really. It's like in the process, so
wow.
hopefully in a week. A couple days maybe. And then I'll burn the next bridge.
Oh my god. You ever heard of a person that can burn a bridge and then rebuild it when he needs it?
See, if you make them all out of stone, you can light them on fire and burn them, and they don't really go anywhere.
Oh, deep. That's like a quote. If you're gonna burn bridges, make sure you make them out of stone.
Yeah, rock solid, man.
Yeah.
Can't destroy a rock solid connection. Can't destroy a rock solid bridge. Just needs some fixing every now and then. Wear and tear and all, life.
And it's all perfect. Juju says, we don't burn bridges, we just set them on fire. Whatever that means to you.
That's a good one. I like that a lot.
It's like a perfect like punchline because he throws fire around.
Right?
Yeah, I like the name Firehawk. If I ever happen to get a business license, I think that's what it's going to go under.
Firehawk.
Yeah, it's like a actual hawk in Australia that will take burning sticks from fires and start fires other places just to get more food.
What?
Yeah.
That's
pretty neat, right? Mean ass bird.
Just protecting the balance.
Yeah, that's funny.
Gotta spread that fire.
Wow.
That's funny. That is funny. That is like apex predator, a whole nother level. Let me burn this up. There's some stuff that's gonna come out. Oh, here we go. Got a little sizzle to it too. Little
pre-cooked, parboiled, whatever.
Right. And to bring it all back, if it's all done out of love, the bridge burning or setting it on fire, the fire hawk doing what it does, and all of us doing what we do. Seems like it's all good.
Yeah. As it should be. Especially with the intent.
Mm-hmm.
Right from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. You did like the Firehawk just asked a question like, how can I get food quicker and more warm? Or did it just decide to do that? One day it just grabbed it. It grabbed the fire by mistake and then like dropped the fire and saw the food came out. Oh wait.
Wow, that actually worked.
Yeah. Because pets do that. Pets do that. Like Hopper, who's like my cat, he'll figure something out and something works. That wait, I could do this and this happens. Okay, I'm gonna do this more. So it makes me wonder if like hawks have that same type of.
Well, there's that 100 monkeys thing too. Like I'm one of 100 monkeys. Like you look up that old story, it's a good one. Once so many people start doing something and it's a positive thing, then it just becomes part of society and it spreads into other places. It's weird. I like that story a lot.
The reflections we are.
Yeah. It's nice. Be able to see the world through our own eyes and share that with people. Know exactly what we're looking at without the veil in the way. Nice. About time.
This is like it's like a theme now. Closing it out with Nate.
Right. Nate's a closer.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, guys, you better stay tuned for later on because
this is fun.
Yeah. Life.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What a wonderful world.
What are you looking at? Oh, you ready to close out? Okay. So we're gonna close out then. If we're gonna close out, I would love for Nate, who's been dropping so many magical words and wisdom to us, can you give us one more, please?
Yeah, like bird. Bird's another good word, right?
Yeah.
Figure that one out.
Word to the bird.
Fly like an eagle. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you for bringing your magic to this. It's made it that much more magical from the inspiring words you've been having in the comments to you coming live with us on here and sharing more of your unique wisdom. And also, congrats on just showing just how powerful you are manifesting what you say you're going to do as well with your intent. So
I'm glad it all works out.
Yeah.
It's nice to see. It's nice to see. Be the change you want to see in the world, right?
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Be the magic you want to see in the world.
Yay.
Is that the cue?
Oh, that's the cue.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
Stay magical.
Bird's the word.
Yeah, bird's the word. Whichever bird.